Hi guys, this is Namcraft and welcome to the Sister Starcraft English commentary. This is gonna be one of those guaranteed to be awesome, epic, handpicked game by me that I deliver early to those who support me. If you're not one of my supporters, just watch this game a couple of days later. It's gonna be another insane game. Blight versus Soulkey, the current ASL champion against one of the best Terran, I think the best Terran right now, with the exception of the so-called, the alleged Flash returning from Inferno, I guess, where it's been training and getting ready for the next season of ASL. I'm just kidding, I'm not so sure if it's really what he's been doing after the crypto scandal. But anyways, we have Blight versus Soulkey on this map. By the way, if you want to support me to get early access to these games, there are 4 ways. They're all mentioned in the video description. If you're an American citizen, just send me $1 via Zelle. That's fine, you don't need to send more. If you are European or Canadian or some other countries, you can just use PayPal or your credit card. Anyways, yeah, this is gonna be played on the map Radeon. As you can see, I'm just gonna give you quickly the map stats here. ZvT on Radeon is not good. 50.8% win rate it's good. It's the only map that's good for Zerg. 50.8% for Zerg player, and on this map it looks to me like we will have the player spawning in the right side of Radeon, the Blight at the top right in the purple color, and Soulkey at the bottom right in the yellow color. This game was played I think around 19 or 18 or maybe 20th of June, I'm not so sure. I cast this a couple of days late because maybe a week late by the time the video is released, because I'm kind of busy making money, guys. I've been like working hard. I've been like freaking, what is it, what's the word for working, like hustling. Yeah, I've been hustling, man. I've been a hustler. I've been a pimp. No, just kidding. What do we have here? So looks like we're gonna be having 12 hatch first and then spawning pool. Soulkey's gonna be coming out with a drone to scout, and Light is going to take his expansion after barracks. No, not yet. He go for scouting first. The Overlord is in the wrong direction, but this other drone will be going to the right direction. Looks like the drone is taking a very peculiar scouting pattern here. He will possibly know that his enemy is not located at top left, right? Because why would you send that SV out so late at the top left? But looks like Soulkey is fooled, and Light gets his SV in while Soulkey is still wandering in the dark. He might be going towards the bottom left because the Overlord is there, but the more sensible option is going to be going towards the top right, because any movement outside of that expansion at the bottom left, I think the Overlord will see. Anyways, the Marine is trying to chase that drone. They will have trailing vision, so by the time the drone arrives, the Marine will take it out, and looks like Soulkey is responding not fast enough, and Light takes out the first drone. So this is already going well for one of the best Terrans in the world. And what do we have coming up for us here? We're gonna be having alright, just some Zerling chasing around some units. Let me just increase the volume a bit more for you guys. And we're gonna be having a lair coming up for Soulkey, and Command Center coming down for Light. He's gonna return with his scouting SV. He just wanna confirm what's happening here, whereas Soulkey is gonna have to think about the next step, which is gonna be Spire and potentially a third hatchery. Now, like I mentioned to you a couple of times, let me just maybe increase this volume a little bit more. You know what? Zerg has been kind of struggling-ish, I think, in the current meta. If you look at the ELO score, Soulkey has fallen off. He has fallen off the top 10 rating. No, he's not fallen. What am I saying? Oh my god. He's up there, number 2. But Bisu is up there, number 8. And so that's what we have for the games ahead of us here. Yeah, looks like we're going to be having the Spire underway. Soulkey is not making a lot of Zerglings, but Light is being very, very careful with his Marine. He want to go out and check what's happening. That is on purpose, guys. That Marine moving out of the rally, that is not a mistake. You think, okay, oh my god, why would you rally your Marine outside when there's Zerglings? I mean, he's timed it just right, so even if the Zergling attack his Marine, it will not die. It will be able to retreat safely back into the Marines, and then it will get healed a little bit later. And the advantage of wandering off a little bit out in the unknown territory is that he can see how many Zerglings there are, if there's Zergling speed and stuff like that. So these pro gamers, they have been like working their butts off since the day of Starcraft. release, and this is why they are so good, because you know these little details that escape the untrained eye, to them is just breakfast. Anyways, Marines working out, and just as I say that, Soulkey kind of reacted a bit, a fraction of a second too late, and he loses 2 Zerglings. Alright, some barracks go inside the main. We're gonna be having I think just 6 mutas, 6 lava morphing 6 mutas. The third base is gonna be, the third hatchery is gonna be outside at the 7 o'clock position. That is going to be more mutas, I think. So looks like Soulkey is going to be focusing a lot on the mutas. He's got a lower count of mutas because he planted his third hatchery a little bit later than usual, which shall allow him what? I don't know. How does it work? Because the number of gas will be the same, right? Whether you plant your third hatchery inside your main or outside like that, I don't think it has any kind of effect on your gas. That is a failed attack by Soulkey. He loses a couple of HPs for those mutualists. He's gonna, you know, group them back once again, and I think that is 6 or 7 mutas against 5 Marines, 6 Marines and 2 turrets. So Soulkey doesn't have any opening, and like we often see in this kind of TVZ encounter, the objective of the Zerg player is to survive. You know, you don't need to thrive, you just need to survive and hang on to the, you know, tiny threat between your teeth. So that, you know, your defiler comes out, and when the defiler comes out, it's basically GG. I mean, we've seen time and time again those Nidus Canal is just so strong. You know what? Instantly moving the Zerg, you know, the entire army between the various bases, and it's just so freaking ridiculous. It's so overpowered. But in the earlier stage of the game, Terran and especially Protoss have the upper hand. So they have the advantage. Anyways, looks like these mutualists are numbering around 8 now. The Marines started to move out. I'm not sure if moving out is the right idea here. 9 mutualists. Some Marines got caught in the action, but this bio ball is looking kind of scary as well. The medic need to get to work, man. Heal those sons of, you know, Korhal or whatever. I think Sons of Korhal is a legitimate computer name, right? When you play against computer in one of the campaigns, I think Sons of Korhal or Korval is one of the, you know, the AI. By the way, it's very, very, very funny, I think, because in the English version of Starcraft, if you've noticed, they call the other player computer, right? They call them computer. But I recently have been playing Starcraft in various languages. Notably, I've been playing it in French, and it says AI in French. So what is up with that? I mean, is there a difference between computer and AI? I mean, in terms of meaning. I mean, what is AI? What is artificial intelligence, right? Versus just computer. I mean, I think a lot of people, a lot of websites and platforms and, you know, big tech companies have been abusing the word AI when it's just actually computer. You know, AI has got to be something that have the ability to reason, to contradict, you know, and to construct and analyze and synthesize logic the way that humans do, not just process data and make, you know, predetermined decisions. These computers, I mean, I think in the Starcraft world, it is not trained, right? What I mean by trained is this, you know, the same AI, if it play you, you know, 1,000 times, would it get better? That's the question. I don't think so. I don't think the Starcraft algorithm is training. You know what? It's just a static, you know, blob of code, and that's it. And every time you play it, it will do the same thing. Of course, it will have some predetermined triggers, like if scouting is successful, right? You know, then, you know, execute this code of block, and that code of block is build decision. And you know what? If during scouting sees, you know, Hydra dent, then the block to be executed is build 3 cannons. You know, that's it's basically computer what is it, behavior. It's not really artificial intelligence per se. But anyways, I digress. What's happening here? 11 missions. I have to digress a lot in TVZ, guys, because I have nothing else to talk about when TVZ is underway. It's one of my most hated matchup. No, it is my most hated matchup here. Anyways, 2 group of medic marines moving to 2 different directions. 2 overlords to get sniped. Which is a nice win for life, but this means nothing. This means nothing against Zerg. Zerg, it's just like, you know what? I give you overlords, I give you Zerlings, heck, I even give you some drones. I will still win because I just need to survive. When my defilers are out, you are gone. So, you know what? I've been thinking about the strategy for Terran and even for Protoss. I think over-expanding at this mid-game stage is the right move. You need to over-expand, right? Because I feel like, for example, Terran playing against Zerg at a 10-minute mark, they have 2 bases, sometimes 3, and that's not enough. I think at the expense of making Marines, if you just overexpand, of course you need to hold your you need to hold your bases, But if you overexpand, it's better. And instead of wasting a lot of dropships trying to penetrate the Zerg, you just need to get a better economy. Because if you don't waste a lot of dropship and the Zerg player wastes a lot of, you know, lava and money making scourges and making static defenses inside their bases like spores and sunken and keeping their lurkers and zerglings inside, that means less pressure against your enemy, against your bases, right? And the problem with Zerg in the mid-game stage is that they lack information. The overlords are usually very slow and clunky, and the overlords can never reach the, you know, the right locations because there's just so many marines around. So I've been thinking that a new strategy would just be over-expanding. I don't know if that has got any kind of legitimacy to it because I'm just a new player. But if you think it has some meaning to it, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, 11 series once again coming out, and looks like Light is getting ready to expand to the 12 o'clock position. He's controlling these areas now. We need to actually still take care of these mutualists. Wow, look at that freaking dive and that freaking kind of, you know, return of the medic. Just so clutch from these players. Nice scan to see 3 Sunkens. What did it start? That's going to be Nidus Canal. So everything's going to be connecting everything nicely. Now looks like Soulkey is not in a hurry to take the base at the top side. It's weird. Well, usually, first of all, the Zerg player takes the bases on the high ground, but in this case, he takes the base on the low ground. That is a good decision, guys, because, you know, as the game progresses, then the you know, the Zerg player will have more minerals to work with on the high ground, where it is easier to defend. Technically speaking, right? Because you can never count out dropship. Oh my God, what is happening? Light, you know, gifting free medics. You know, it's like those, I don't know, those medieval religious cults that, you know, give the gods of the mountains and the rivers and the animals and the cows, you know, they need to give the virgins of the village. You know, it's like, take these 3 virgins and please, you know, give us a bountiful season of harvest next year. You know, hell Allah, whatever. Anyways, what do we have here? The command center was kind of denied when it was constructing, and that is a kind of a big dent in Light's ambition to win this game. He's gonna overexpand. He's now taking the base at the 2 o'clock position, which is a nice idea. Some defilers getting on the high ground. Looks like Soulkey will need to defend with his hearty bottom left now. He's got some nice, you know, troops in position, and this is the moment, like I told you guys, during this time, Terran players like Sharp would just be overzealous at dropping, and just as I say that, Light moves some 2 dropships out. He's gonna try to deny his enemies from, you know, taking a 4th base and eventually a 4th gas. You know what? I feel like making a dropship is nice, but you need to not do what he's doing right now, and you also need to not do what he's doing right now, losing double dropship. But he will land some forces here. The Science also need to do some activities. The first activity is nice. The Defiler is there. Snipe it. No, there's not enough anything to snipe anything. And okay, there's just 2 Marines remaining. That Defiler is actually sleeping on the job, but he's woken up now from his slumber, and he takes out the rest of the forces. So, you know, these kind of move from Light is just like, what? Hello? Why? Why do you do it? Instead of going for that drop, he can just fake those kind of drops and go for 5th base. You know what? Because usually I've been watching a lot of these games in the last month, and I've just seen that the Zerg player has just gone so good with defending against drops that it's just impossible. It's virtually impossible. It's an unsurmountable task. Mountains, basically. And so instead of going for those drops, you can make a dropship or 2, sure, but don't drop. Fake it and go from the base. And, you know, keep the overall activities to the minimum. Anyways, what is it? Some Zerglings started to move around the map. Of course, you need to still make a lot of forces. Transitioning into mech during this stage would be another strategy. We've seen some Terran players try it. You know what? Why he's controlling the middle area. He actually doesn't engage in any kind of big movement. Instead, just, you know, start to make up of tanks, and by the time the Zerg player is ready to move out, you know, the 10 players got 5, 6, even 10 tanks. With some mines ready on some, you know, in some critical areas to stop the Ultralists and, you know, Zerglings and so forth. So that might be a nice idea. But these Mutualists are still alive, and we will have a last Irradiate, possibly, because now, you know, the what is it? The cost effectiveness of irradiation just gets less and less there. We have a floating factory from Light, which means that he is not thinking about switching to mech. By the way, in terms of upgrades, if you haven't seen there, Terran Marine has got +2 weapons, +1 armor. Zerg's got +1 carapace only. And looks like Soulkey is well entrenched in the bottom left. We have a nice move out finally, but Defiler gets sniped. That is a nice find by Light. He pushes the Zerg army back. Now the Zerg army is looking forward to do some movement outside of the map here, but yeah, this is what Light needs to be doing, which is just to contain his enemy. Contain the enemy, use the Science Vessel to its maximum capacities, and don't lose any forces. Oh my god, move back! He does move back in the last minute, and he's gonna try to save some of those medic marines. But 4-base Terran versus 4-base Zerg. Yeah, during this time, 1,100 minerals in the bank by Light. Go and expand, man. Take another base. Anyways, now this, excuse me, Science Vessels does something nicely radiate. But you know what, good Scourge work as well from Soulkey, and we will have the Zerg player once again just holding on here and just trying to contain himself inside his bases and wait for, you know, I guess enough gas and possibly Ultralisk at some point to start to move out. For now, we are seeing some Zerglings moving across the map at the top left, looking for those hidden bases, but he's not able to find anything. And yeah, this base Radeon is, I think, the reason why it's easy for Zerg to play against Terran, relatively speaking, compared to the other maps, is because look at this, look at the map. It's so hard for Terran to take the next base. Everything else is kind of far out and actually very easily accessible by Zerg, right? So I feel like it's not, you know, it's not a good map for Terran in that regards. Anyways, we're gonna be having Neutralists attacking, but these BCs will be buying so much time. Why do you send the BCs in now? You should have sent it when your, you know, your dropship is ready. And in fact, we're gonna be having the dropships ready soon, but these BCs will lose their life. We have triple lurkers. Oh my god, everything dies as soon as they unload. The lurkers are well placed. But we will have some Marine in the drone line here. The Firebats doing some damages where the rest of the Scourge. We have a lot of Science Vessels that comes out and destroy those. I don't know what they're destroying. Can they go and irradiate the Lurkers underground? I don't think so. But anyways, everything gets busted open here. But Soulkey didn't lose any key infrastructure. His drone line is safely evacuated, but this other drop on the left side is nice. But once again, like I told you, Zerg can hold on for the long time because these kind of trades are not good for Terran. They're wasting precious minerals to bang their heads against bases and ground gas, basically. And after those furious attacks, look at Light's money, 2,400 minerals in the bank. He's been trying so hard to penetrate the Zerg army with just dropship, and it doesn't really work out. I predict that Soulkey's gonna win this game for sure, because, like, I mean, the trades that Light has been going has been terrible. He needs to negotiate better terms like Hitler in World War II. He needs to negotiate good trading terms with Switzerland and the other countries like Russia, maybe, before he attempt to attack Russia. But anyways, one more dropship, what is it, campaigned mission coming down here, and they will destroy these puny Zerglings because there are no Defiler. What is going to be the reaction for Soulkey? He's very slow to react, but at the last minute he will take out every single dropship. This other dropship in the corner, is it forgone? Are you kidding me? There's some forces inside or not? And it looks like both the players have forgotten about their army, sleeping on the job. Their Halo Scourges and drone lines getting destroyed furiously. A big attack in the middle of the map. It's very, very nice. Some Science Vessels also patrolling these areas. After 18 minutes of the game, Light 166 supplies, Soulkey 112. These Marines are doing way more damage than they should be because Soulkey's Scourges were just having vision impairment, basically. The base, the hatchery at the 4 o'clock position is denied. What about the 8 o'clock position? Looks like Light has not gone there. He's gonna go there now. He will take down 2 bases at once. But like I mentioned, like this, take a look at this attack at the 4 o'clock. For example, those Marines just wasted their lives for nothing. They forced to cancel on the hatchery, and that's nice. But you know, Ultralists come out and destroy everything. During these times, right? If you think about minerals, right? Then Zerg is expanding way less minerals than Terran. Because Ultralisk is just so fat, basically. Anyways, what is the Science Vessels doing? Just coming out and taking out a nice stroll right in the garden. Alright, good irradiation activities going everywhere, and you need to back up as soon as you finish irradiating, because that is going to be the key to winning long-term victories against Zerg. But after about almost 20 minutes of the game, Soulkey is still on 4 bases, so maybe Light is feeling very happy, but has got 2,300 minerals in the bank. he's got like the amount of dollars that I have saved up, you know, for my entire life of working right now, and he needs to use it. He needs to invest in Bitcoin. By the way, Bitcoin is another story, guys. I mean, its loss is hue, its loss is exoticness, its esotericness. It's kind of becoming bland and banal nowadays. Two Ultralists against 3 BCs is very, very good. Where are those Scourges going? Running away from the BCs. Come on. You are the kamikaze pilots of the Japanese air army, right? What is the word for air army? In German, it's the Luftwaffe. But in English, you say the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the... that would just escapes me, the air army. Anyways, that's a lot of ultras, and like you see how fat they are. They are so fat, and fat can survive a long time when winter is coming. Looks like Light tries to do a couple of evading, which will slow down those ultras a little bit. Not so sure if they would take out those ultras, and those ultras will be allowed to heal. They will be allowed to heal, and this is going to be a problem for Light. Now the problem is, okay, look at the top left. Very funny situation happening in the top left. We have some Zerglings, but okay, now he discovered the command center. I was going to say, how do you allow the command center to go up right under your watch? Anyways, I feel like the clock is ticking, the needle is spinning, and Light is slowly, you know, losing grip of this game, I think, because he's been trading nice and well. But his 4 bases are kind of getting dry. Main and expansion dry. 3rd and 4th base have some minerals. And these ultras, they scale so well. They come back even though they were irradiated before. You see, none of them would die. None of them would die. They would just survive for the longest time possible. And what is going to be Light's strategy? He's still running out there. He's going to be losing 1 base. At the 12 o'clock position, that base got about the same minerals as the other base, I guess. He needs to attack the front. Yeah, this is his chance, man. He sees that they're very light defenses. He's gonna destroy one. Okay, there's a Nidus Canal. Nidus Canal. We need to get sniped. What is happening? Oh my god, Nidus Canal. Move forces over. The last of the sun gets falling, and 1 lapse of concentration from Soulkey has cost him his potential 3rd base hit. But at the last minute, wow, the Nidus Canal saves the day. I mean, this is why Zerg is overpowered. You can kind of, you know, drink hot 6 for like 10 minutes, not touching your keyboard. And by the time you come back, you will still have enough time to open that Nidus Canal and to send reinforcement from the gates of hell. And that is exactly what is, you know, Soulkey's man. You know, he's like, you know, okay, I'll give you 5 seconds head start. Attack my Sunkens. I don't need it. And I will still have enough time to react and crush your attack. Crush your assault. Anyways, these 3 BCs are doing nice. The good thing for Light is that he retook his 12 o'clock base, and he still denied the Zerg from the 5th base. But there is a 5th base at the 6 o'clock position. So what can Light do, man? You need to think about that, because now he's on like lower base count than Zerg, which is not good. Zerg continues to grow more and more with the Ultra Links. These 3 battlecruisers will need to do some kind of crazy attack. What's happening here? No drones at all at the 4th base. Looks like Soulkey's APM is dropping. 270, that is like Stroke's APM, Grandfather Protoss. You need to have much better APM if you're going to be the ASL champion, man. And looks like Soulkey attempt a couple of attacks here. These 3 beasts are being very annoying at the bottom right corner of the screen, but there's a lot of Scourges waiting for them. So that is great. We have a Spore coming up. That Spore will die. We will have a nice Plague on those 3 brand new BCs. Oh my god, Plague! Are you kidding? Plague him, Plague him, Plague him, Plague him! No, he doesn't Plague. And what is Soulkey's? I mean, is he sleeping on the job once again? These Scourges are waiting to dive in. Not so sure how quickly they can dive in, but all of a sudden, okay, now we're going to be having some quickness here. And 1 BC down, 2 BC down, the last BC will survive. Nice attack on this base. If the Light can deny that base from going up, he might have a chance to come back, because now Soulkey is ahead. Soulkey has got 5 bases. I mean, look at the map. Everything is yellow, but this attack in the front might be something. So those Sunkens have been destroyed. No Sunkens temporarily, and this means that Soulkey will need to react fast enough, because if he doesn't react quickly enough, then his Nidus Canal is gonna get sniped. But look at this guy's sandwich. You will need another Dark Swamp in the middle of this area, but he doesn't go for it, and everything gets destroyed. Soulkey is still behind by about 20 supply. These BCs continue to be a big nuisance in the butt. But at the last minute, Soulkey pushes his enemy back, and now, yeah, we're gonna be having Scourges trying to come out. But that Nidus Canal has been saving the day for Soulkey for such a long time. The Scourge falls. Once Spore remains, can Light win? I don't think he can win. He's almost dried out in the various bases. And Soulkey is once again trying to take another base. Light still tries hard. He's still ahead by about 30 supply, but this is a losing game. But if he can take off the 6 o'clock position, then he will have a chance to win here. This base is completely naked. We have a huge attack on the middle map. We have 3 ultras against a bunch of medic marines. You need to snipe the defiler. No, the defiler lives. The defiler lives. Those beasts, the ultras are not being covered by the brown gas though, so they would die slowly. That is gonna be a nice irradiate, but on snipe on that defiler falls down, and this group of marines is very close to that 6 o'clock place. No, they back up. They back up because Light is running out of minerals. Light is running out of minerals, and Soulkey is growing in strength. He's got another hidden base, and the 8 o'clock position. These 2 ultras are weak enough to attack the weak ultra, man. What are you doing? Looks like Soulkey says it's gonna be the time now or never. We cannot live forever. He moves on the high ground. 2 ultras, a couple of Zerlings. This is gonna be the final straw in the Coca-Cola Cup. I fear it's gonna be very difficult for Light to hold this. What is his respawn? He's gonna go for the counter-attack. There's nothing to counter-attack. He's gonna be banging his head against Sunkens and Nidus Canal. Once again, Nidus Canal, the greatest invention by the Zerg mastermind. The high, what is it? What is the cluster? What is the Overmind? Yeah, the Overmind. The Overmind is a great inventor, man. He's a great inventor inventing Nidus Canal. I mean, one structure that doesn't attack, it doesn't defend, is the greatest structure that helps Zerg win against Terran. Also against Protoss to a certain extent. Anyways, this base falls. If this base falls, does it have any meaning on the grand scheme of things? Because Zergs do have a lot of bases to work with. A lot of cracklings get on the high ground. The defilers are not there, but the fibers are not doing their job. The medics are kind of doing jobs, so this base will fall. Light's money. Look at his money. From $2,500 that he had saved up, you know, in my savings, now he's got $200 only. Enough to buy him, what? I don't know, a TV? A very cheap TV, so that he can rewatch the replays in big screen. Anyways, yeah, so Soulkey is behind by about 20 supply. He's got a new base though. Does Light know about it? I don't know. These medic marines start to move out. Ultralists are moving across. Which Ultralist is weak? They are both very strong. We have a nice science vessel doing something on this drone line, but that science vessel will get wiped out. And Light is officially almost running out of minerals. He needs to get on the low ground and do something. The Zerg has got a new base. Zerg's got a new base, and he's got some drones there. Come on, you need to know about the base. Where is it going? We have a dropship. The dropship is getting chased by some Scourges, I think. Yeah, the Scourge takes out the dropship. Very good reaction from Soulkey. So that's it, man. Light is on the same number of bases as his enemy. Scourge is once again checking. And Soulkey's got a lot of like bases remaining, but why is he not able to produce troops? That is the question I have. He has, you know, far more few troops than I expect from this Zerg of this caliber or this economy size. I guess it's because he's also mining out of very few drones, because he's got some mineral patches, but he doesn't have drones actually working on it. Wow, what are these guys doing? Just okay, nice irradiate, losing a science vessel, but for the cost of getting the defiler off the ground is great. But he was able to cast a single Darstorm before the game was decided on that battles, and looks like Light will need to try one more push. He need to try one more push. He can try to attack that base. There are no Sunkens there. He can try this base though. If he can take out the bottom right, maybe the 8 o'clock position will not matter. But there's still that Nidus Canal, the greatest invention of the Overmind. The Nidus Canal. Oh my god, it's so annoying, the Nidus Canal. If he would just sacrifice one battle cruisers to go and Yamato the frick out of that Nidus Canal, it might mean something. A lot of Zerlings are coming through. How many Ultras? We have one Ultra who is very weak. Money intake for Light is going to be a problem. This wall of medic is really good, man. When you need medics, it's when this kind of situation, when you want to have a lot of girls in the front and the guys hiding in the back behind the skirts of the girls. Now it looks like Light is gonna group his two big forces together. This factory is gonna provide some nice vision. That defiler, we need to get sniped at some point, and Light backs up. Light is still mining out of very few bases, one to be precise, and now the Ultra is gonna be grouping together. That Ultra is very weak. This attack against the 8 o'clock position, will it work? 3 Ultras, some Zerglings, and Soulkey, keep in mind, he's still not mining in the bottom right. Look at the bottom right, man. There's some mineral patches there, but he doesn't even have the money to make some drones in that base. Anyways, one Ultralist dies, and that defiler will cast one single something. Brown liquid, brown gas, or red liquid. I'm not sure, it's gonna be brown gas. And he pulls back. That hatchery is still alive and giving giving Soulkey a lot of money. Light is distance mining. He's distance mining from the 4 o'clock position. This is gonna be crazy attack. Can Light is behind about 20 supply. He's still Yeah, he's out of money. He's out of money. We're gonna be having last attack. He's gonna try it against the Ultra. Attacking the Ultra isn't a bad idea. And looks like there's gonna be another Ultra that looks like Soulkey has forgotten about. He still have one more Ultra. That Ultra is burning down the drone though, so that's not going to be a good thing. It looks like we're going to be having that. Science looking for the Defiler. He gets a last. This is the last Defiler on the left side of the map. There's another Defiler on the right side though that we need to send through the Nidus Canal once again, and that looks like that the last Ultralisk has died. And Light is gonna do one more pound here. This group of forces is not being used. Okay, now it looks like Soulkey has realized he's got some sleeping forces on the job, and he's gonna send them once again to the Nidus Canal. We're gonna be having Defiler getting sniped. Oh my god, make some scourges. The Defiler loses his life as well as the Ultra. This is a big problem for Soulkey. His APM has fallen down to 250. Whereas Light's APM is still 220, and this attack in the middle is a futile attack for the ZvT and the reinforcement from the right and from the left. This might be the final battle. Nice dark, what is it, red liquid. One more red liquid that covers everything, and now everything is gonna be one shot, right? One shot kill from the Ultra. Everything he hits will die instantly. But before that, he's gonna try to attempt to attack Monks, and the Ultra has fallen, but it's gonna be the last. But the attack for Light supply has fallen down drastically. He's 20 supply behind Soulkey. The game is nearing the end. There's no way he can come back. He's distance mining at the 4 o'clock position, and 3 Ultras coming together with Zelle. No Defiler support, but maybe Light doesn't need it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Soulkey, the ASL champion, who wins this game. Thanks for watching. If you like this cast video, buy me a coffee, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.